Hello and welcome to Crafting Unscripted. It is the last session of the season. So if you are here and you can see me, give me a hello wave into the comments or let me know in the comments below if you are here. I see that I've got Jean where it is blowing massive winds, 70 miles per hour. I would not go outside either. And Barbara, welcome here in Waterdown where I am. It is hottest. It's shorts and t-shirt weather again. We had about a foot of snow and now it's all melting because it's 10 degrees Celsius. So that's like 20, 57, 60 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit outside. So it's warm outside. The weather is all over the map. So hello, Nancy, Barbara, Nancy. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear and see me today. I see some chats going on, so that's fantastic. So welcome. I've got my Christmas gear on. This is the last Crafting Unscripted of the season. And I have to be honest with you, I'm done with Christmas. The tree is up, the cards are out, the lights are on, the gifts are 90% wrapped. So we're there. But I'm done with Christmas. And like with every other holiday as it approaches and I've done all this stuff, I'm done. I'm done with Christmas. And so in that light, even though I got my fancy Christmas hat on, I was thinking we would do a non-Christmas craft today. Unless you really want to do a Christmas craft, then we can do a Christmas craft and we'll just pivot. But I was thinking, since we should all be like Christmased out by now, even though Christmas is like a week away. Christmas is like what, Thursday of next week or Wednesday of next week? I'm not totally sure, but either way, I'm Christmased out. So I was thinking today of making cupcake toppers for New Year's Eve. So 2027. What year is it this year? I don't even know what year it is. I'm losing it. So today it's 2025 right now. So 2026 cupcake toppers, not cake topper, because we're not having cake for New Year's Eve. We're gonna have cupcakes. So that's what I was thinking. So if you're okay with that, that's what I was hoping to do. But if not, we can pivot and make Christmas cupcake toppers. So let me know in the chat if you want to do the wow, brain fart. The New Year's toppers or the Christmas toppers. So I'm gonna have some tea. I'm still a little bit sick. I've had this cold. This is like second week. So last week I was sick. I was really sick last week. This week I'm not so bad, but it's like stuck in my throat and it just won't go away. So I'm drinking lots of tea and lots of liquids. Go with New Year's, says Barbara. I want to do New Year's because I'm done with Christmas. And I have like the color scheme here for Christmas. So for New Year's, I mean, so I'd like to go with New Year's. So let's do New Year's. So I'm going to do, all right, let's backpedal here. So we're going to make cupcake toppers and I've got my paper that I'm going to use for this. And I want it to be simple. Now, initially I was thinking of doing it in Canva, and then cutting it out with like scissors and doing busy cut. Ooh, Sharon says Christmas. So I'm gonna keep talking while you guys keep voting, and then we'll decide which way we're gonna go. So I was thinking of doing Canva and then busy cutting it with my scissors, but we busy cut not last week but the week before. So I thought maybe doing with my Cricut this week, but I can go either way. So I've got one vote for New Year's and one vote for Christmas. I need a tiebreaker because I can't be the tiebreaker because that's not very fair. I'm running the show here, so I need your input. So let me know what you want. I'm gonna keep drinking my tea here and keep babbling about stuff. But I got all my Christmas cards out. I took a picture of the kids in front of the tree after it went up. I put it into Canva and I did a little Merry Christmas on top of it. And then I threw it into a card and I followed, someone last week said, just write Merry Christmas on the cards. That's what I did. I wrote Merry Christmas. But I think I also wrote Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And then I wrote the family's name. So it wasn't too much of a thing. Hello from Belgium. Ooh, scrappy mummy. Hello, Belgium. Welcome, welcome. So, if you're just joining us, we are currently having a poll going on in the chat here about which theme of cupcake toppers we want to do. I've suggested New Year's Eve because I am done with Christmas, but I'm open to ideas to go with Christmas as well. So I've got one vote for Christmas and I've got one vote for New Year's, and I've got Nancy saying, I'd like to see your ideas for both. Ooh, a 2 for 1. All right, I don't know. Okay, so first what we're going to do, while everyone is voting, I'm going to quickly pull out I'm going to change my screen here. All right, let's start with Cricut. So we're going to do quickly here in Cricut, New Year's. I've got another New Year's. We're going to start with a blank canvas in Cricut. And we're just going to do text. When I selected the text button, I see my mouse cursor's not on. Hold on one second here. Let me just fix this. See if I can fix this quickly. All right. Okay, so I got my little light now. So I just selected text over here and I've put this here. And next year is 2026, right? So we're going to change this to 2026. We're going to hide whatever this is here. And I'm going to change this text here. New Year's, New Year's. All right, we're going with New Year's. And I don't like Cricut Sans. I've got this font in my system called Bangers. It's like, I don't know, it's a free one on that you can get from, I think, defont.com. And I like it because it's like a big party sort of thing, right? So I'm just going to do 2026. Bam, simple. I'm going to select this again. I'm going to change this to yellow because I'm thinking of going like a yellow and black theme. So it's going to go yellow. And now we're going to add an offset here. And maybe that's too big. Like so, and we're going to apply that. And now this is going to be my design, but I want this to be black, not like this weird gray. Is that black? There. Okay, so this is my design. Whew, fancy, I know. And we're going to flatten this because we want to make sure that this like print cuts out as one thing in Cricut Design Space. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset this one more time because I want to have like, that's going to be the numbers, and I'm not cutting it out like the numbers individually and the background individually. I'm going to do the numbers and the background print and cut so that it prints it on my printer. I calibrated my printer so the lines are gone. Hopefully they're still gone when I print this this morning here or afternoon. And I'm going to do another background on this because I'm going to have like, I've got this, let me change my view here. I've got this gold glitter. Because I needed more glitter paper, so I've got gold glitter, and so we're going to cut that out with another background. So we're going to create another offset, and this one I'm going to make a smidgen bigger because I want it to like pop. Apply. Okay, and we got to change that. That's got to be a different color here. And I'm going to change that to a different yellow so that Cricut doesn't mess up what's happening. And this offset is not a print then cut; it is a basic cut. Okay, that's it. That's my topper design. I know, super amazing, fantastic, awesome. I need to check the dimensions here. What it says it's 2.8 wide, so almost 3 wide. That's way too big. We want it to be no more than 2 inches wide, so I've got to switch this to 2 inches. Hello. 2 inches. There. Okay, so that's a more reasonable size because when we're doing this, if your cupcake topper is this big and your cupcake is like this big, it's not going to work. So I like to keep my cupcake toppers no more than 2 to 2.5 inches because that way it's like functional still. Now let me just do a quick check. That's 1.5 long by, we're going to stretch this to 2.5 because I think that's a little bit too small for my design. All right, we're going to go 2.5. We're stretching this to the max. And so now I need 12 of these. I don't have enough fingers, 12. So we're just going to duplicate this 11 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Done. Okay. Now I've tested this color combination, this yellow and black here, so that it like works because my printer was acting up recently the other day. Like I don't remember what we were doing like a craft a few weeks ago and it was all over the place. So I've cleaned it up. It's working again. And I realize now that I probably should have made a video on like how to fix your printer when it's messing up like this, but that's okay. We're just gonna not save this and we're gonna move over to print then cut. Let's, oh, Cricut, what is happening here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought there was supposed to be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Clearly, I do not know how to count. Control C. Okay, now there should be 12. Let's try this again. This is just T in here. There's nothing else in here, I promise. So I'm going to send this to my printer, and I got to my Cricut on. So the one thing I don't like about my Cricut, sometimes my Cricut actually has to be turned on, and others it doesn't have to be turned on when I'm doing print then cut, even though I want to just send it to the printer. It makes no sense, but let's just go with it. So we're going to continue here. And I'm going to send this to my printer. Paper is already in there. I'm going to click next. I'm going to just ignore whatever this is saying. And I'm going to, while this is happening, okay, I'm going to get my stuff happening here. Excuse, you are too on. Like, come on. I just turned you on. You can do this. My printer, my computer is right here, and my Cricut is like right here. And now you're not cooperating. Perfect. We've connected. And I do need to fix my Cricut because it's like jamming on me. But we're going to. This is not what I want. I have like a lot of noise happening in the background. My husband set up a 3D print, and I talked to him beforehand. I said, okay, if it's a quiet print, you can print it. And so I can just hear it going in the background, and I can't actually hear my other printer to see if it's actually working. So I'm going to wait a second, and then we're going to switch screens here, and you guys can look at my face instead of just my Cricut screen. And I've got this set to cardstock, so it'll cut out. And it should print out pretty quickly because printer is working. So let me go grab that quickly, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ta-da! Printed. Can you guys hear my 3D printer going back and forth over there? I'm just curious because I was listening to a video the other day to see if it was actually going to like do anything, and I couldn't hear it, but I wasn't sure if there was a printer happening that time either. So, you know, technology. So I'm curious, can you actually hear my 3D printer moving in the background? And it just sounds like a sound, if you can hear it. So let me know so that I can know for the future. Okay, so I've got a new mat, well, newish mat, and we're going to cut this out. And this is, oh, what's happening? We're going to go upside down. You're not even sticking over on this corner here. So, is everybody ready for Christmas? And I ask lots of questions now because I've been a little bit distracted with the original design here. Anyways, is everyone ready for Christmas? I can't hear it. No, okay, that's good to know because I can like hear it. Whoops. No. Okay, something is on. Just bear with me. My Cricut's being weird now. All right, so I've got no, you can't hear it. And is everybody ready for Christmas? I am as ready as I can be for Christmas. I just have to like, finish wrapping a few gifts and wait for Christmas. The ham is in the freezer, so we've got that ready. And I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm sure there's a million things that I'll need to worry about like last minute, but for now everything is done and everything is ready. Is anyone really ready for Christmas? Barbara, come on. We have to be ready for Christmas. Like this is the thing, right? I like to think that I'm ready, and I try to keep Christmas to a minimum, though we don't like, I don't know, we try not to go overboard, right? I guess maybe that's the thing, maybe it's not, I don't know. But so I think we're ready for Christmas here. I have fantastically planned to be done with Christmas. But like, I don't know, there's so much build up to any holiday, and then I find that once we get to that holiday, I'm sort of like done with it. And that's why we're making New Year's Eve cupcake toppers today and not Christmas toppers. But that's kind of, I'm always like ready for the next thing once it comes out. So that's my thing. I don't know. So this is cutting out right now, and I realize I'll need to readjust the gold for my glitter because it's set to a 12 by 12 and my glitter is not a 12 by 12. So we'll just need to quickly adjust that. So not everyone's ready for Christmas. Barbara's not ready for Christmas, clearly. When we come back in the new year, are we doing Valentine's Day? Ooh, Valentine's Day is like February. Barbara, you're so far ahead. Like, wow. I don't know what we're going to do in January. I'm honestly like just trying to figure out. So I have this like vision as I will answer your question. And I try to do a thing a week on the blog and on the videos. And I know I'm not doing Crafting Unscripted again this season, but I'm always trying to do something. And oh, I subscribe now, so I'll be back. Okay, thanks, Sharon. I'm sorry you can't stay longer. And so I'm always trying to do like, back to what I was saying here. I'm trying to get one thing done a week. And so this week I have nothing ready. Next week I have nothing ready, which is Christmas. And then the week after, which is New Year's week, I also have nothing ready. So I'm like 3 weeks behind. 3 weeks behind. 3 weeks behind on my crafts. And so I don't know. And so I haven't thought like into the new year, although I really need to do a better job planning. Like last year I had this amazing plan. I had all these crafts planned out. I think I did like 5% of them. So we'll see. I will try to do some Valentine's Day stuff, but I'll need to think about what to do, because if you like go to my website, Barbara, and take a look there, let's change our view here for a second. You will notice that I do have a bunch of Valentine's Day stuff, and I have to think about what we're going to do. So this is, whoops, nicely cut out. Yes. Now I do have a template for like not wasting paper when I'm doing print and cut, but since I was only doing half a page, this was good enough. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description below if you want to see how to like maximize your print and cut space if you're doing that, if you haven't seen that video before. And so I've got these ones here. They turned out nicely. There's no lines. The color is crisp. I'm going to move this over here now. And now I'm going to do what I tell you not to do. But first I'm actually going to cut my glitter side up. And the reason that I'm doing this, I'll tell you 2 reasons. First of all, because I don't want to mess up my mat. But second of all, because this cardstock that I have is really thin glitter cardstock, which is nice because I don't need to like cut it 12 times, and it cuts like nicely. So my hands are all covered in glitter now. I'll just touch my face and get glitter everywhere. But I have to cancel this for a second. Hold on, let's go back to my screen here. So I got to cancel my screen here. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. So you'll see here, oh, maybe this will work. That goes to the 11 mark. It's 12, so that's 11. This should work. Okay, so I can just continue this. Never mind, I don't need to redo this. I thought here I needed to redo this. And we don't. We are good. So let's go back over here. And so I need to change this setting. So we're good with this cardstock. So I'm cutting it facing up, and I always say facing down, but I don't have time for that today because my mat's going to be dirty, and then I'm going to have to clean my mat later. And I'm selecting glitter cardstock, even though this is a thin kind of cardstock. I could probably cut it with like just a regular cardstock setting, but not today. We're not risking it because we were on a schedule. It's already 12:33. We got about 15 or so minutes left here. You know, I find it funny though, Barbara, that in the stores there's already like Valentine's Day, because every season seems to start sooner and sooner. So like I remember it was July and they were selling snowsuits, and they were already selling Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff at the same time, way back in like July. So I'm not surprised that Valentine's Day is already there, but I don't know, like I don't even know what to do for Valentine's Day. Like last year we did bookmarks, and we did a whole bunch of things. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do this year for Valentine's Day, but I'll have to think about that. Let me pull out my notebook and write myself a note to think about Valentine's Day. Think about V-Day. Because I have to do my plan this year for crafting of what we're gonna like do next year. And so that'll go into my plan. And if I dream of this big plan I talked about moments ago, right? That like one day, like I sit down and I make a plan for the next year, and I try to actually follow it. But then I get discombobulated and things kind of go out of whack, and not everything works. So I will try to remember Valentine's Day, and I like to do Valentine's Day a few weeks before Valentine's Day, so that's not a big rush. So maybe January will be Valentine's Day. Yeah, who knows? I have no idea. I'm not that far yet. But I have to say though, Barbara, I have not been to any stores recently because I've done all my Christmas shopping. I don't need any more paper. No more paper for Katherine. So I haven't gone to stores in the last like week and a half. Let's say a week, because I had to go last week and buy some more paper. So I was not able to I haven't bought anything else and I haven't seen anything, so I've been like staying away from stores. I do have to start like after Christmas. I have to go shopping because my kids' birthday parties all start up, and then I got to get all that stuff ready. So I might be doing birthday parties come the new year as well. It's like possibilities are endless what we'll do. So Valentine's Day mini file folders. Ooh, I'm gonna write that down. That's a cute one. Mini file folders. All right, that's an idea. Excuse me. So the one reason I don't like using my Cricut when we're doing these live sessions, it's working fine today, bonus. But then I feel like I'm not like crafting with you guys. So I don't like to have my machine on view here, and I'm not sure how loud it is for you, like to hear the machine when it's working here. But sorry. Okay, that's cut out now. Perfect. So let's change our view here, and we can see all this stuff. I'm gonna move some things around. Bear with me for a moment. So I did the. Let's see how this cut out. Okay, that's good. It's good. So normally I don't cut this way because what I find is, and I can leave you a link in the video description as well for my the way that I recommend that you cut glitter cardstock. This stuff is like, this paper that I use is actually from the dollar store, and I find that over the years they've gotten really good at making this glitter cardstock because it's got like a thin particle of glitter, and it's very well stuck to the paper, so it's not like super messy. And it cuts nicely. So like normally when I cut glitter cardstock, if the glitter is really thick and the paper is thicker, you'll actually see a very prominent white outline on the front. So I normally cut it backwards so you don't see that. But this paper that I got from the dollar store, let me show you what it looks like in case you're curious. This stuff here, that's what it looks like. It's glitter cardstock and it comes like that. This stuff here is like super great for cutting, and it doesn't have to go backwards, which is nice. So that's what we've got. All right. Now, as I'm thinking my way through this, and I've just made these all upside down, I think, or not upside down. I got to figure out which way to organize these. I should have been paying attention to what was happening here. All right. Weird bubble on the side. I'm not sure you guys can notice the difference here on the sides, but there is. And I've got like a, I don't know, a rounder bum on this side and a less round bum on this side. If we want to call these something, I don't know. I'm not sure you can see the difference, but I can see the difference. And this will make a difference when we're gluing this. Okay, so now for these ones, I'm not doing a backside. Normally, I guess I should have probably, but we're not doing that today. And so what I'm going to do is like that. And the colors match and it looks fantastic and I love it. I gotta get some glue though. Just one second, let me grab some glue. Alright, so I've got glue, and I'm gonna do my glue gun next after this. So maybe I'm gonna start warming my glue gun up. Just one second, I gotta pull this needle out. Alright, needle is out. Now, I don't see Loretta online here, but Loretta, if you show up late, I've got my glue gun, and I still don't have glue gun finger protectors, so I'll try to be careful and not burn myself. And so we're going to go a little bit crazy with the glue. I'm going to just move this stuff up so you guys can actually see my screen here. My mats are really sticky, so now the back of my paper is all sticky, which is funny. So I'm going to put a lot of glue onto this here before I flip it up into place, because glitter doesn't always like it when you glue onto it. So keep that in mind if you're doing this. I could use my glue gun to do that, but I'm not going to. Because, as I mentioned before, I'm really good at burning myself. But also because I don't want these to be like bulgy and huge and gross. Okay, there's one. And now we're going to continue. Whoa. I'm going to try to be effective and efficient, but this isn't going to work. We can all laugh at my inefficiency later. It's always fun when I make these videos. Like when I'm doing them live, you get to see me like fumble and do all of my little bits and pieces that don't work out, how I glue my table there. But I can't fast forward through these, like, I don't say boring parts, but these parts where I'm just like doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I don't know if this is going to actually stick here. So we'll see here. I think I'm going to need to put these under a book for a moment to hold them down, because they're not. I'm just going to hide my secret notes there. Hello from South Texas. Katherine, you're here. So glad I made one of your lives. I'm so glad you're here too. I haven't seen or heard from you in a while, but you know, we haven't had any summits recently, Katherine, so you haven't been able to miss my emails. So, but we're making cupcake toppers for 2026. So for the New Year's parties that we're all going to. Now, I'm gluing this with regular glue, but I'm not sure how well these are going to stick, as I'm having to put a book on top of this to hold everything in place, because the glitter does not like to be stuck to. Katherine, I'm going to ask you, what's the weather like in South Texas right now? There was a windstorm happening earlier here for one of our friends, where the wind was chaotic and disgusting, and we've decided we're not going to go there. And where was that? Let me just double check here. That was my friend Jean from Nebraska, who's got crazy wind. Gloomy. So I'm just putting my notebook here on top of these, because I don't think this is going to actually work with this glue. I might need to redo my glue in a second, but we'll see if I can make this work. Because glitter doesn't always like glue sticking to it. So yes. All right, we're making progress here. I lost my train of thought. Katherine, you distracted me. I was talking about something. I lost my train of thought, but I'm really glad that you're here, and I'm not blaming you at all for showing up or making me lose my train of thought, because I lose my train of thought very often as I do crafting here. I don't have any other things to put down on this to hold this all in place. I'll use my iPad for a second. But, yeah. I don't know. What was I was saying something. But, yeah, so next year, I've got to get some craft ideas happening. I have some ideas, but you know how ideas, my ideas are like fleeting sometimes. They come quick and I'm all excited about them, and then all of a sudden they are no good. And so we'll see what happens. I've got ideas about things, but everything takes time, and I'm sure you all appreciate that with crafting, because no craft is like, oh, get back on there. No craft is perfect, and they all take time. And I'm going to see if this is even going to work. I don't think these guys want to stick. Let's take a look here. Those ones look okay. I'm going to move these ones down here for a second, because I'm running out of space. All right, Katherine says, it's been storming here the last few days. No rain yet today, yet overcast and gloomy and hot and humid. Hot and humid. Well, I was saying earlier here, it is, although hot and humid is like a good weather for crafting, right? Just close the door, turn the AC on, and off you go. Bob's your uncle. And over here, it's like we've been having a lot of snow, and all of a sudden today it's 10 degrees. So I think that's about 60 Fahrenheit. So I was laughing that it's like shorts and t-shirt weather, because normally once like winter is over and the warm weather starts, that's about 10 degrees is where the t-shirts start to come out. So let's put this here for a second. We're gonna let this dry. Oh my word, when I saw the toppers, I thought we were getting ahead of graduation time. I just dawned on me that it's probably, yes, it's New Year's. So New Year's is a week and a half from now. About maybe 2 weeks. I'm not totally sure. I don't really know what day of the week anything is on. So, but yeah, I just wanted to, I'm sort of done with Christmas, as I was saying earlier, and I wanted to do something different that's not Christmas, and I've got glue everywhere. So bear with me for a second here, folks. I gotta get a thing here. Hold on. I'm coming right back. No, I wanted to do something different. Like, and we gotta figure out what we're doing next year. Let's take a look at these ones. These are all sticking. Oh, that one moved a little bit, but that's okay. So these ones are all sticking here nicely. That's nice and shiny. I like it. And the paper is sticking now that I put the books on top. Beautiful. Okay, so now glue gun is hot. I'm not going to burn myself today, folks. I'm going to move some things around so that we've got space here for all of this. Just gonna leave that there for a second. Here's my toothpicks. So when I do cupcake toppers, I use toothpicks. You can use like, actually like cupcake topper sticks, like cake pop sticks. The only thing that I find with those is that I find sometimes they're a little bit too big, and also I just I don't know, I'm not like a huge fan of them, mostly because I have to buy them extra and they're not always super cheap, because in Canada things like to be inflated in price. Those came out great. I think they turned out pretty good. So what I'm going to do now with my non-burning myself skills, oh, there's my sump pump. So all the snow is melting that I mentioned. We had like a foot of snow already. Now all that snow is melting, and my sump pump is active because there's a huge amount of water in the air. All right. But Catherine, I like the idea of using these as graduation thingies, so maybe I will repurpose this video later and do it as a graduation video. Like a 2-for-1. Need a little bit more glue there. Okay. Those ones are ready. These ones are ready. Now, if you're wondering, am I that person that's going to like make the cupcakes that put this all on here? To put these cupcake toppers on here? I am not. I do not. I know how to bake. It's not my thing. I don't like baking. So I will not be making cupcakes. I will be buying cupcakes for New Year's because we're going to a party. And we're going to have cupcakes because I will be bringing cupcakes. And they'll have toppers. And so one for every kid and a few extras for the adults. So we have that. A little bit more glue. So I've got a few more here, and maybe we can make it so that I don't glue. Oh, that was close. Almost burnt myself there. So we're making some pretty good progress here with these. And the one thing that I find problematic about cupcake toppers is my kids really like cupcake toppers, and then they never let me throw them out afterwards. So I have to like hide them when they're not looking and then throw them out, because they're, for some reason, like, I don't want to say, they're little hoarders. They don't want to like to get rid of stuff, but that's, I think, just kids in general. All right, so what's happening here? All right, Nancy, I'll look forward to that email. I love me a good twofer. Yes, I think thinking of as supporting the cupcake maker. You're doing a good thing. Well, you know, I can make crafts. I can't do. I can bake. No, let me rephrase that. I can bake from a box. I make a really mean chocolate cake, but I make it from a box. But I do some like tweaks to it, so it's not totally a box cake, but it's a box cake. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because it's not my thing. I don't like to bake or cook or all that stuff. Okay, let's take this one here is dry. I need better glue, folks. I need to get rid of this glue. I just need to bite the bullet and get rid of this glue. Okay, here we go. This is, let's change, there's the 2026. That turned out pretty cute, eh? All shiny and sparkly. I got a whole armada of these guys. I think it turned out pretty good. And as a bonus, I didn't even burn myself, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Now, I've got to deal with this glue. I'm going to turn all these around so that we can see them all. Now, don't pay attention to the back. No one's going to notice the back. Normally, I put like a backing on them, but I was feeling pretty lazy today, and so I didn't do that. But if you wanted to do a backing on this and you were in Cricut Design Space, for your second cut, let me just switch my screen here. So these are all done. Let me switch my screen here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's do screen again. Whoops. So if I was to do this again, I'm going to just be done here. I'm going to make this. So if I were to put a backing on these ones, just so that you know, on this page here, now these look almost symmetric, but they're not. The one side is a bit more round and the other one's kind of lopsided. What I would do is on my screen here, I would mirror this so that these would come out in reverse, so that if I was to put them on the back, they would be perfectly aligned to cover the back of these so that they would be lined up. And so that's kind of the idea. Normally I do that, but today I was kind of feeling lazy. And so I don't have that. But that's an option, or you could just do another 2026 and just glue it on and not worry about the fact that it's not totally symmetric. So that's an option as well. All right, let's go back to these. If you got dishes and your kitchen dirty, then it's homemade. I love it. I love it. No, I make a mean box cake. I will not deny that. But I don't do it from scratch. Okay, so we're a little bit behind schedule here, but that's it. We got our little cupcake toppers. So I'm gonna I gotta take some good pictures of these guys. This is it. It sparkles and it shines and it's all like festive for New Year's. I love it. I think they turned out great. What do you guys think? Now I have to hold 1,000 of these at once to take a good picture, but that's the cupcake toppers. I think they turned out great. So I'm going to use these. Hopefully this has helped you learn how to make some 2026 cupcake toppers so that you can do it for New Year's. Or if you're super far ahead in the future, you can make this for graduation. And then I could take my hat off and it's like a graduation video, right? So yeah, so that's where we are today. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I got to update my picture on this video, but now we've got 2026 cupcake toppers that are ready to go. Okay, so just a few things I wanted to say to you. This is the last video of Crafting Unscripted for this season. So come January, we will be back. I'm going to shoot for Thursdays again at 12:15 as always, but there will be emails if there's anything changing. I think that this time frame works when my husband's not at home, so I can make more noise and he's not in the background bothering me. So that's the plan. So come the first week of January, whenever that is, that's January 8th, not January 1st, because I'm not going to be here on New Year's Day. I will be sleeping, or I'll be on the couch recovering from New Year's. But January 8th is the first Thursday, I guess technically the second Thursday. That's when Crafting Unscripted comes back up and we're going to start to do some more crafting then. And I'll have an idea. Maybe I'll know what to do before the email comes out. Maybe not. But Christmas will be over. New Year's will be over. And we're going to move maybe into Valentine's Day like Barbara suggested. Or maybe something different. So we will see. Lots of things happening there. Also... in January 14th, so that's the second week of January. If you don't have tickets to my live Crafting with Katherine, that is happening January 14th. Tickets are still for sale. I've left a link for that in the description below. And Katherine, thank you for my shirt. You can get a copy of the SVG for this file at my shop if you'd like. I've left a link for that as well in the description of the video. Crafting with Katherine is in the video below the description as well. And if you like my crafts and you want to support me, you're always welcome to buy me a coffee. I've left a link for that below as well. And with that, I want to say thank you everybody for a fantastic year. I want to say thank you everybody for coming and crafting with me weekly, for people who have just popped in randomly, the people who come every week, the people who come every few weeks. Thank you all of you so much. It's been a fantastic year. I hope you are able to enjoy the Christmas season. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you can just enjoy the holiday season or just take some time off and put your feet up and get some crafting done, or, think about the crafts that we're going to do next year. If you have any ideas and crafts that you want to do, send me an email at Katherine at katherinelearnstuff.com, and I will see if I can put that into the cycle. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody.